Hey everyone, it's Tamara. I'm going to do my labor and delivery video for you guys and let you guys know how my labor and delivery went. I skipped doing week 39 and 40, I think, of my videos. I just didn't have the time to, and I never got a chance to do my hospital bag video because I was just too busy, so sorry for that. But I am going to do a labor and delivery video for you guys so you guys know how everything went. I went into labor at 40 weeks and 5 days, so I was 5 days past my due date, which was only a 3-day difference from my first son, which I was late 8 days overdue, and so this time I was 5 days overdue. So I went into labor Memorial Day morning at 12:10 a.m. My water broke while I was sleeping. So I woke up, and I woke my husband up, and my water broke while we were in bed, and I got up and started getting stuff ready to go to the hospital, took a shower and everything, and while I was in the shower, my contractions started about probably 20 minutes later, and they were like about 5 minutes apart. So on our way, finally we get into the car, and my contractions are 3 minutes apart, and I'm timing them, and so far, like, they're coming on pretty strong and they're coming on pretty fast. By the time we get to the hospital, my contractions are like 1 minute apart, and they checked me out in the triage, and I was already 4 centimeters dilated by the time I got there. So they immediately put me into my labor and delivery room and hooked me up to the monitor, and contractions were like 1 minute apart, and they were lasting probably at least 30 seconds. So they called my doctor in, and because at first he wasn't there at the hospital. He wasn't scheduled that night, but they called him in and he came in, so which was good because I was a VBAC patient. So he had to be there the entire time I was there, or else I wasn't going to be able to do a VBAC. So it's a little after 1, and 15 minutes later, after I was 4 centimeters, then they checked me again, and I was already at 6 centimeters dilated. My doctor still wasn't there yet, and I was starting to get a little bit scared and nervous about the whole situation. So I did not... I was just trying to keep positive thoughts and everything. By the time my doctor did get there, and which was like probably 30 minutes later, he checked me, and I was already at 9 centimeters. So therefore, the contractions were really, really strong, and it was feeling like I had to push already, but they told me not to push until I got to 10 centimeters. So I did just that, and I was trying to breathe through my contractions, and I was doing this completely 100% unmedicated, epidural free, no drugs, no nothing at all. So I get to 10 centimeters, and it's time to finally push. And my doctor and the nurse and my husband did so great on helping me breathe properly, and I was pushing every other contraction and then breathing through every other contraction. And as soon as we know it, then everybody's like, oh, you can see the head, he's coming. It was definitely a lot of pressure, the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. But I pushed for 27 minutes, and after that, he was out. So it was just instant relief, and just seeing him come out, and then they immediately placed him on my chest, and it was just the most beautiful experience of my entire life. I was able to have a successful VBAC. So I'm very, very happy and thankful and blessed, and thank you everyone for all the prayers and best wishes and everything, and I'm just very overwhelmed, and I can't believe I did it, but I did. My son was 9 pounds, 5 ounces, and 22 inches long. I did tear a little bit, so I did have to get some stitches, but by that time it was like you were so numb and you were so overfilled with joy that I didn't feel anything at all except for pure happiness. So everything's going good, and now I am 5 days postpartum. So I'm going to show you guys my belly, and if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm pretty open, so. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for listening and watching. Here's my stomach at 5 days postpartum. Here's the front. I still have, the line is starting to fade and go away a little bit. My belly button's still a little bit out. So here's my front. Here's my side. And my other side. And that's 5 days after delivery. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.